After uploading the last video about the marble clock that can update every second, I realized that I didn't explain how it works. And here I was with my flamboyant marble clock, ready to record an explanation video. At this point, you and I both are thinking the same. Something went wrong. But it wasn't just one thing. In the connecting ramp, marbles are bunching up between channels. Some marble releasers are letting the marbles go through when rotating from one position to the other, which by design should be impossible. And just as the icing on the cake on the display ramp, sometimes both marbles come out of the ramp. It doesn't make any sense. Was I incredibly lucky last time? Have all the plastic parts deformed into abstract art in just a few days? Did I drive my car into a mirror store and forgot about it? Honestly, I have no idea. But just in case, I rechecked and polished the model in Fusion and reprinted all the parts with extra precision in the 5-tool head Prusa XL and made this. The marble clock that displays seconds, Mark II. I've made the wall that divides the channels higher, and now marbles cannot swap channels or get stuck. I redesigned the marble releasers, and this time should be absolutely impossible for more than one marble to go through it on its cycle. The loading ramps, although temporary, were causing some trouble too, because if I wasn't really careful when loading the clock, marbles got stuck between channels, blocking the remaining ones from reaching the releasers. And as you can see, I pimped the hell out of it, and I don't even need a reason for that. And now I'm finally feeling prepared to start loading some marbles. And of course I have plenty of silver marbles to load into the clock. But you may remember from the last video that I only managed to get this many marbles from silver to black in a very painful and time-consuming process. After uploading the video, I discovered that quickly turning your marbles black doesn't require a pact with the devil. And the discovery was that muriatic acid is, in the end, and please don't quote me on this, nothing else than hydrochloric acid watered down. And I also found out that here in Spain it's sold at supermarkets to clean stuff at home, and it's called Salfuman. I remember when we were kids, we used this to make science experiments. We did science experiments. The thing is that this is cheap and readily available, and although it smells terrible and it's really dangerous, this stuff is fantastic for removing chrome off marbles. And fun fact, it also has a taste for stainless steel. I accidentally left some of the stuff on this tap overnight, and when I arrived in the morning, it was already like this. But I'm pretty sure this will buff out. In the end, this is how a marble looks once the chrome has been removed. And now it is as easy as applying some blue in liquid, which I think is low concentration nitric acid and some other stuff, a quick rinse and a dab of oil, and we have a bucket full of black marbles in less than it takes to watch a movie. Way better, way better. Even though I have my two buckets with different marbles, I will start just with the silver ones on all channels, because if there is something worse than picking millions of marbles from the floor, is picking them and then having to sort them. It seems that the marbles at the end are still refusing to stay in place, so let me see if I can help them. Better, but still not perfect. I took a slow-mo shot of the marbles being dropped in here, and I noticed something. As you can see, there is a lot of flex in this when the marbles are hit. So I made this to see if I can make it more rigid. But before I can test it, we have another issue here. These solenoids aren't made to be fastened against plastic, and they are getting quite hot. I quickly turned them off after every test, and yet the thermometer is reading 54 degrees Celsius, which is pretty close to the glass transition temperature of the PLA, which is the plastic that I'm using to print these parts. Which basically means that sooner or later something is going to melt, causing a disaster. And lots of time. So with the help of PCBWay, I'm going to fix it. I designed a part that can be a bracket, a heatsink, or both, and uploaded it to PCBWay.com. Checked the design to see if everything was okay, selected aluminum as the material to get the best thermal dissipation possible, added the number of parts required for all the solenoids on the clock, and placed the order. It's just that easy and got the parts in just a few days. And it is as easy to get your parts 3D printed in other materials, like for example, titanium, tool steel, or nylon. And they also provide other services like injection molding, CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, and more. As you can see, the process is super easy and the quality of the parts is top notch. So give PCBWay a try with the link in the description. And now let's see what melts first, me or the clock. I'm not sure what's going on, but I will try reducing the length of the ramps to maximize the chances of all the marbles behaving the same. Less distance, less chances of marbles speeding up or slowing down, I guess. I'm doing lots of tests, and resetting after each one of them takes a lot of work. But this rope that I installed around the table as a fence for the marbles is saving my back a lot of work. It keeps failing, and I've tried so many different inclinations that I've ended up adding screws to the base just to be able to adjust inclination with more precision. And even though I'm being super careful and adjusting everything, I get to this point where I get the two failure modes at once. Two marbles get stuck in because there is not enough speed, and two marbles fall off the edge because there is too much speed. With the same inclination. It makes no sense. So I was checking the footage on the computer and I realized that I've been misdiagnosing. I've been incorrectly diagnosing the issue from the beginning. There is a point where the inclination is the right one, and no two marbles are getting stuck on any channel, but yet marbles are falling off the edge. But those aren't falling from the edge because they are going down too fast. No, at least not right after pushing out the previous marble. The funny thing happens when one of the marbles above just barely goes above the edge, falls right downwards, and reaches one of the marbles under it, sending it back up the ramp at full speed. And when that marble comes back down, there is no marble to transfer its energy to, and therefore easily falls over the edge. So it seems that these weren't necessary after all. By the way, thanks a lot to Polymaker, official filament sponsor of this channel, for making all this madness possible. For example, I used Polyterra Charcoal Black to print what I hope is the solution to all my problems. This is an attachment for the ramps that has these little awnings in here that will hopefully force the marbles to go a little bit farther out before going straight down and hitting the marbles under them. So let's see if this finally solves the issue. Of course, this wasn't the first thing that I tried. It took 3 tries. And basically put the entire thing on stilts. But it works, and now I can finally show you how it actually works. Let's get some marbles in and I will show you. Loading the channels manually is a lot of work because I have to carefully place each marble on each channel so they don't get mixed. So by the power of lazy, because I don't want to do all that work, I made these trays that will help me load the correct color on each channel. Let me show you. It took 1/10 of the time it took before, tops. It's the power of lazy. Unstoppable. It seems that I'm back at square one. All the marble releases are getting stuck. Nothing works now. And I don't have any idea why, but I know, and I think you all know too, where the issue comes from. And the issue comes from something way bigger. Way bigger. This is clearly not overkill enough. But don't worry, because I've got help. So I will tweak a couple of things on the design, and I'll show you in the next video what I came up with. This is just a battle. I will win the war. So thanks a lot to all my Patreons and members. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know how this ends. And now please go and make something!